Hello and welcome to HorizonCX and our mini educational series that we call a 10-minute takeaway, focusing on one of the fundamental elements of customer experience, change management. This is one of 12 basic modules of customer experience management that are included in the CX Pro training and certification program offered by HorizonCX. In this abbreviated video session, I'll discuss why, as CX practitioners, we need to understand how to help guide and manage change. And I will introduce you to a change management model that has proven effective for both personal and organizational change. I'm Carl Charisse, the founder of HorizonCX and one of the principal instructors in the CX Pro series of courses that are available to you as instructor-led online courses. So let's begin. There are two fundamental kinds of change. Transformational change, where something that exists becomes something completely different, such as when a caterpillar forms a chrysalis and then emerges in the form of a butterfly. And then there are incremental changes, which are based on internal or external forces compelling us to make something that exists better. Although transformational change within business is possible, it's not that common over the short term. And as CX practitioners, we're nearly always faced with driving incremental change, especially those driven by customer feedback. So this is where I want us to focus for the next few minutes. The change management model that I'd like to introduce to you is known as ADKAR. The ADKAR model is a goal-oriented change management model that guides individual and organizational change. It was created by Jeffrey Hyatt, the founder of ProSci. ADKAR is an acronym that represents 5 tangible and concrete outcomes that people need to achieve for creating lasting change. A stands for the awareness of the need for change. D, the desire to support the change. K, the knowledge of how to change. A, the ability to acquire the skills required to effect change. And R stands for reinforcement, which is necessary for sustaining the change over the long term so that it becomes permanent. By outlining the goals and outcomes of successful change, the ADKAR model serves as an effective tool for planning change management activities and supporting employees throughout the change process. Let's take a look at a simple example of an incremental change that we're probably all familiar with. When you check into a hotel, you'll always have a new clean towel in the bathroom of your room. And the next day, the hotel staff will typically replace your used towel with a new clean one. However, to help reduce energy costs and water usage, most hotels today appeal to guests with an environmental message like the one shown here. This sign encourages a change in behavior of hotel guests and demonstrates the successful application of the ADKAR model. Let's break this down by the steps in the ADKAR model and match it to that message. First, there's the awareness in the form of the appeal to the guests to become part of a larger initiative to become more environmentally friendly and help save thousands of gallons of water per day. People need to have a desire to participate in the process, and in this case, there's an appeal to people's ability to help the environment. Additionally, people must have the knowledge on how to be part of the change, and in this case, the message tells the guests exactly how to do that. We're also given the ability to be part of the change, that is, the towel itself, without which we would not be able to participate. And then finally, there's personal reinforcement and the feeling we get by contributing to environmental sustainability. And most importantly, this is a change that can be measured, and that's something that becomes extremely important when we start applying this model to business processes. Now, in the context of your business environment, if you're learning through your VOC efforts that the organization needs to make a process change that will help deliver a better customer experience, the ADKAR model serves to help you accomplish this. However, as we just learned within this short mini lesson, your change management initiative must address each step in the ADKAR model. First of all, it must make people aware of the need for and the drivers for change, whether they are external or internal. It also must provide motivation or desire for employees to participate in the change. And you want to make sure that any change also aligns with the organization's goals and objectives. You need to ensure that people have access to knowledge and skills necessary from the beginning all the way through to the end of the change. You also need to make sure the tools and necessary support are available so that people have the ability to do what you're asking them to do and ultimately behave and perform differently. And finally, you need to monitor and reinforce the change. The process should include information flow that identifies how the change is occurring and provides the leadership team with the information they need to remove any barriers or obstacles and to reward success. And just a note here, change isn't an easy process because people can be resistant to change. And there are many factors to consider that will affect each of the steps in the ADKAR model. And those are all discussed in further detail within the full CX Pro course. As part of the training course, we provide participants with an opportunity to apply the ADKAR model to either a personal change they are going through or an opportunity that they may have to bring up an organizational change that they're either planning themselves or to become a participant within their organization where the ADKAR model can certainly help them. So let's wrap it up here with a few important points to remember about change and change management. Customer experience is all about initiating change when and where change is necessary. This could be externally motivated based on direct customer feedback where, for example, pain points in service delivery are expressed, or it could be internally induced where, let's say, an internal process isn't working and it might be made more efficient through automation, or by moving from one supplier to another in an effort to reduce expense. In either case, it's typically driven by the ultimate experience that the customer has with your organization, and it's always aimed at closing a gap and making something that exists better. Finally, and most importantly, the most critical factor in driving change and making it sustainable is having leadership's active involvement in a supportive and reinforcing role to ensure that change will lead to organizational success and better business outcomes. I want to thank you for your time and attention during this short 10-minute excerpt of the CX Pro Training and Certificate course for Customer Experience Managers and for Contact Center Leaders. To learn more about these programs and other services that we offer, please visit us at www.horizoncx.com or call us at 508-989-7379. Thank you for listening and stay tuned for other episodes of the 10-Minute Takeaway from HorizonCX.